D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds, and welcome to my week in review, where I come to you every Sunday with 3 entertainment stories that I personally find interesting, and then we discuss them down below. Also down below, you can find the 3 articles that I read to bring you this story, and you can read them for yourself and come up with your own opinion, or you can just listen to me because I'm just going to break them all down for you. And yeah. But before I get started, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithms, and small channels like mine usually get pushed to the back of the line. So I please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. So why don't we go ahead and get started on these 3 stories? And for my first story, it looks like there's a rumor that the Big Hero 6 are going to be coming to the MCU. Now, this was the story was broke by Dis Insider, the Disney Insider. It's the Disney Insider, but it's like the Dis Insider, which they are mostly on Twitter. This guy Skylar, I don't know who he is. I don't follow him, and I don't know exactly what's going on there. But he broke the story. And I have to say right off the bat, I don't like this idea because the whole thing is in Feige we trust, but I don't know about this one. I just don't know about it. I don't think that this is a great idea. Now, Variety they have come out and said that this is not happening. But I mean, it still could. This has happened before where people say something's happening and then things change behind the scenes and it doesn't happen. Or they say it's not, one person says it's happening, then another trade says it's not happening, and then it ends up happening. So it could happen, whatever. So now I like the movie, and I've never seen the TV series, but I have to say that I hate this idea. I just don't like it. I don't like this idea. I mean, business wise, I think that this makes sense. Because Disney has, they have this huge audience in China. And I personally think that China is like their overlords because they get so much money from China when their movies get put over there. And Asia really loves Big Hero 6. So I mean, like, I get that, but at the same time, I just go, it's still a bad idea. Like, I really hate this idea. I cannot tell you, I wrote in my notes like 4 or 5 times that I hate this idea. So one thing that I was seeing that they could do, a way to do this is if you remember during Civil War, when Tony Stark is at MIT and he's doing his presentation with the memory thing, and he sees the hologram with his parents, and then he gives out, those grants to the students at MIT. One thing that people were saying was you could have the students in the audience or receivers of the grant from him. And I thought that was a really good idea. Again, that's not my idea. I just saw it online. I was like, that's a great idea. If they go ahead forward with this, like I said, I still hate this idea. I am fine with I'm fine. I love the Asian representation that will be given to this show because there are what I think are Asian characters in this show, especially the main character and his brother who died. And then I don't remember Go-Go. Is it Go? Yeah, Go-Go in there. Definitely Asian. The blonde girl, probably not, because she's blonde, and the black guy, obviously not Asian. But anyways, or he could be half. You never know. Anyways, so Asian representation, good. This movie, this idea of putting the Big Hero 6 in the MCU, bad. But a good idea would be to just make a live action Big Hero 6 movie. That part I like. I just don't like them in the MCU. Keep them out of the MCU. I don't like it. I probably won't ever like it. I don't care how good, you make it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So that's my first story of the day. So for my second story, it looks like Blue Beetle from DC is getting his own movie. Now, the Wrap are the ones that broke this story this week. And Blue Beetle's getting his own movie. And, I mean, I like that character, but we'll see how, this all turns out. Now, It's set for a fall to start production on it, which is kind of close. It's pretty close. And this will feature Jaime Reyes. And he's got that alien armor. It's not the Ted Cord. It's not Ted Cord. I don't think he has armor. I think it's just a suit. I really don't know this character. I don't read too many Blue Beetle and Booster Gold comic books just because that's not my thing. I do think, though, I would like to see Ted Cord make a cameo in this. One thing that I thought that they did well in Young Justice, where Blue Beetle was in and was a huge story plot for season 2, was I like that the Ted Cord character did die and they had a monument to him. And then Blue Beetle was all like, you guys got to know your mentors, but I never got to know mine. And I thought that was very interesting how they did that. And I liked that a lot, because the Blue Beetle with the Jaime Reyes, I think, is a more interesting character than Ted Cord. So I thought that was really cool. And you could have Ted Cord make a cameo and not have him dead and everything. But I would like to see Ted Cord in there, just, and Cord Industries, you don't have to kill off the character. You could just have him in there and he doesn't have to be a superhero. So we'll see. So the Blue Beetle, like I said, was in Young Justice, besides being in the TV shows. And then he did make a live action appearance, his first live action appearance in the TV show Smallville. Which a lot of people gave crap over, but I didn't think it was that bad. It just, it was very Terminator-y, and, that's not that. So the director for this is Manuel Soto. I think it's Angel. I think that's how you say it. And he's being known for his latest movie called Charm City Kings. Haven't seen it, probably not going to see it. And this is going to be on HBO Max. So here's what I'm thinking. I recently did a video on all of the TV shows and movies that DC is putting out going forward with a friend. I'll leave that video up here. And we discussed, Walter Hamada said in there that every year they're going to put 2 riskier films on HBO Max. And this is totally could be one of those riskier films. This is a character that's so the fan base for this character is not huge. So I think that this would be one of those movies that could go to HBO Max. And I think that, people who did have HBO Max would enjoy it. I will definitely enjoy it. I'll watch it. I don't know if I'll enjoy it. If it's bad, I won't enjoy it. Anyways, I think this is good for Latin representation. I think that that's great. Jaime Reyes, he is, a Latin American, and I think that that's really good as far as that goes. But I don't know if this is the best team to do this. You've got a writer that's got a great track record. You've got a director who's not, well seasoned. So I think that maybe he's well seasoned, but nothing you've ever heard of. Come on. How I've never even heard of this director until now. And I'm not going to watch his movie just because he's directing the Blue Beetle movie. So, well, but maybe this is his opus, and it'll be great. It'll be super great. You never know. So I think that Blue Beetle is a lot like Cyborg. And I think that because of all of the problems with that has been going on with Ray Fisher and Warner Brothers, that whole situation, I think that maybe this might be their way of switching, because I think they don't want to recast Ray Fisher as Cyborg because it'll make him look bad. They took the only black man in Justice League and they recast him because he complained about problems on set with the director and with Jeff Johns. So I think that they don't want to look even more bad because of this. So I think that this might be their way of replacing one minority with another, and one character with one that's pretty much the same thing, except it's alien technology in a suit instead of, the mother box is alien technology. So yeah, so pretty much the same thing. They both make weapons with their hands, and they both have stuff coming out of their shoulders and guns and stuff. So it's kind of the same character. They have not cast anybody yet, and I'm not going to do any fan casting or anything right now, but they haven't cast anybody. But overall, more DC content I'm a go with, and I'm pro DC content. I just don't know. I mean, this is probably going to be good for HBO Max. They're probably going to put this on HBO Max, especially since the director, he put his Charm City Kings on HBO Max. So probably this is going to go to that be one of those riskier films. So there is that. That is my second story of the day. So for my third and final story of the day, and this is a sad one. I'm really sad about this, you guys. I don't know. Yeah, it's really sad. So Cinefex is a little over 40 years old, and it is going away. It is it's not going to be around anymore. It's a magazine. I should have pulled some. I don't own. I've only been a fan of Cinefex for 5 years. A friend got me into it because he's got I don't know if he has all of them, but he's got like so many, and I didn't sign up for a subscription to it right off the bat when I first found it because I just read his, and I really liked this magazine. It's so good. Now I love movies, but one thing that always fascinated me with movies was the special effects. I love the visual effects, the special effects, and everything, and I'm still trying to find the earlier issues. Like he has them and everything, and I'm trying to find some of the earlier issues. And I love practical effects in movies. So reading this magazine is all about special effects, and technology. And I would go so far to say that this is an archive of progressing technology, because I mean, if you ever read the magazine, they'll focus on one movie. They'll talk about the technology that went on into making that movie, the special effects that went in to make that movie. It's such a good magazine. It's so well made. I should have pulled out a couple that I have. They're in my closet in a box next to my comic books. But I really didn't like it. It's also, it's all about this integrating, combining computer information and advances in all this technology, and it's so good. It's such a good movie, and the articles are so well put together and so well researched. Like if you ever get a copy of one of these, it's such a good magazine. It's so good. Now, they only publish 4 times a year. So it's not like there's like an overwhelming amount of them. Like you couldn't try to collect them if you wanted to right now. And I'm trying to get a couple of them. I'm trying to get the Batman one with Jack Nicholson on the cover. And then I also want the one with Roger Rabbit. I really I don't own those ones. And a friend that I was telling you just about, they do own them. And I was just like, I would like to have this for myself. Now with this magazine, that I really liked it a lot, and it inspired me. I mean, like I'm working on something right now that I would say totally inspired me to start doing. And so, but they announced this week, and I want to read the announcement. So I'll just do that right now. And it says Cinefex 1980 to 2021. And it says, a year ago this month, Cinefex celebrated its 40th anniversary. Historically, it was a publishing landmark few magazines achieve, and we were immensely proud of our accomplishment and grateful to those whose support and dedication helped us to achieve it. Then the world upended. Within weeks, the coronavirus pandemic swept across the planet, deadly and impactful, and to this date, its inexorable march through countries, communities, and family remains largely unchecked. The human toll has been devastating, but so too the toll upon businesses, countless number of which shut down due to economic necessity or government mandate. More than 100,000 of those businesses in the U.S. alone will never reopen. We are deeply sad to announce that Cinefex will be among them. The pandemic deprived us of subject matter, retail outlets, and most critically, advertisers, many of whom, like us, struggle to remain afloat in a climate of intense turmoil and uncertainty. We did our best to weather the storm, but ultimately the storm prevailed. We have just shipped the final issue of a magazine that has documented and celebrated one of the most vibrant and exciting art forms in entertainment history. It has been our great honor and privilege to do so. We bid you fond farewell. Greg Shea, publisher. Now, this is very sad to me. I hate to see small businesses suffer through this pandemic, and my issue has not arrived yet of the last one. I mean, it should come like any day now, or if it has, it's in the mail pile, and I haven't checked it, but I don't think it has come. But it's really sad. It's so weird because something that I'm just so fond of is gone forever, and it's like comic books. I was afraid that the pandemic would shut down comic books forever, and that really saddened me. I was just so bummed. I was just like, please don't let this go away. And it when it comes to print publication, I'm scared of that. I want these things around forever, and it's a hard truth when we have to realize that they might not be. So I'm sorry to bum you out. I got all bummy there for so I'm sorry to bum you out with this last story. I just it's just really, really sad. It's just a bummer. So tell me, what do you guys think? How do you feel about these 3 stories? How do you feel about Big Hero 6 joining the MCU? Are you like me and you hate it? You're like totally like, no, this is a bad idea. Just make a live action Big Hero 6 movie. I'm totally fine with that, but not in my MCU. No, 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 no. Nobody wants that. How do you feel about Jaime Reyes getting the Blue Beetle getting his own movie? Do you think, like me, it should go to HBO Max / it will go to HBO Max? How do you feel about Angel Manuel Soto? Have you seen his movie Charm City Kings, and what did you think about it? Do you think is this that I'm correct, and others, I'm pretty sure other people have said this, but that it's one of those riskier films and it will go to HBO Max? And how do you feel about my thoughts on them replacing Cyborg with Jaime Reyes, aka Blue Beetle, because I think that that's what's going to happen. But whatever. And then, are you like me and you read Cinefex? I know I only know one other person that read it, the person that introduced me to it. And how do you feel about this? Are you guys sad like me? I'm totally bummed that this is no longer going to be in publication. Yeah, it's an end of an era. It's an end of an era. 2020 really screwed a lot of people over, and I'm super sad about that. So go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week on my weekend review. You guys have a good week. Bye.
Hey nerds, if you like this video, go ahead and click that Geek What icon and subscribe. And if you like this video, go ahead and join me every Sunday with my weekend review.